Hello everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Monae, and as you can see in the title below us, today I am going to be very transparent about, not knowing that I was depressed for such a long period of time. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you how I found out that I was depressed, my journey through my depression, and how I am able to, in my life today, how I'm able to continuously break through it and work with it in my daily life and ultimately coming out of this. So I am really excited today to share that with you guys. Before I get started in today's video, I just want to share everyone's perspective about their own depression is very different. I think depression can be subjective as well. I don't think it measures the same for every person. So I don't want to offend anyone in today's video. I really do trust and hope that you guys create space for me and hold space for me through my time. And I really just want to say I'm so grateful for each of you just being patient with me throughout my whole journey, throughout all of my breaks on YouTube, and just working with the energies that I'm receiving in my own daily life. I know that I'm a YouTuber. I know that you guys come to this channel to learn more about manifesting and just high vibe, and it's just like a really positive place to be on this channel. And for some time I felt ashamed to really talk about this because how am I someone who you guys look up to, but I'm also someone who is challenging the same things, right? And the answer is I am just like you, right? It goes back to that. Like, we are each a student in this life lesson of life, really. And I just think that we can lean on each other, through this process, through the everyday process of reaching our dreams. So I really do trust and hope that you guys continue to support me the way that you always have been, even after my transparency today. So I know that you guys know I haven't really been that consistent on YouTube for the last year or so, and there are multiple reasons why that is, but it all goes back to my energy and my mood. Something in my life that I'm really reaching for is consistency in my mood, and I know what that feels like. That was back in 2018. I really felt that energy in my life where I was consistent. I was not, fluctuating with my moods or anything like that. I was just always kind of positive. And so last year or 2 years ago, we had the pandemic. Things happened. I had weight gain. I was also in like a toxic situation, and that really affected my mental health for some time. But, I'm not pointing fingers at anyone. I'm taking responsibility as well for the things that I allowed in my life. But it wasn't until like I got a break from that, and then also meeting amazing people. Now I am in a very healthy relationship, and that has been a great addition to my life. Honestly, like, my partner is super supportive. There are actually a reason why I'm like really able to sit with myself and even talk about this with you guys today, because they remind me that I should never feel ashamed. I should be able to be open and share with you guys the authenticity of my real life. When I signed up to do YouTube, this is the truth that I want to stick to. So I'm really grateful for that. But being in a healthy relationship now has really opened up my eyes to so many things that, I think I have been putting under the rug in my own personal life, honestly. So how it all started was that I had a reading done by a great friend of mine. Her name is Grace Swain. She's also a content creator. She is booming on TikTok, and she also has a YouTube channel as well. But she wanted to do a reading with me about, someone who has passed on and what they want to say to me, So she did the reading for me, and my grandmother came through, may she continue to rest in peace. And my grandmother came through, and the reading was so on point. It was so phenomenal. It brought tears of joy to my face. It brought tears of just reminiscence as well. And it wasn't until I had that reading when my grandmother said something very specific, and it was along the lines of, you're so sad, and I don't want you to be so sad anymore. Like, you're carrying around all this sadness. And it wasn't until, sorry if I get emotional. Sorry for getting emotional about it, but it is very touchy, sensitive subject. But it wasn't until that reading when she said, you're carrying all this sadness. Like, I want you to like let go of it. And it was like a light bulb went off in me. It was like, I'm sad? Like, I didn't even know I was sad. And I know that sounds crazy, but I feel as though as a kid, I've always kind of learned, or my like auto placement, I guess you would say, or my auto drive, if you will, was always kind of used to pushing through, was kind of used to always diving into work, into my studies, to kind of ignore certain emotions. And it wasn't until that reading recently that this reading happened maybe like 4 months ago. It wasn't until this reading, when she said how sad I was, that I realized how sad I was this whole time and holding all of this emotional baggage in my life. And that was when I said, okay, like, I have to actually deal with these feelings, because I'm not really dealing with them. I think I am, but I'm not actively doing that. You know, I did share with you guys, I was doing shadow work prompts prior. I was taking time away from YouTube. I was really isolating myself. And, you know, I'm really grateful for that time away. But I feel as though I wasn't really getting to the nitty gritty of my sadness. So I had to really unpack years of sadness, bringing things up, you know, to light, which is not easy at all, honestly. Like, facing yourself and facing the choices you've made, facing just hurt that you've, you know, past experience in your life, it can be very challenging. And I think that was the part that didn't allow me to film. It was like holding that energy of just even every day recognizing what's happening in my life, the baggage that I'm holding on to, and just literally trying to wrap my mind around how am I going to get through this time. What I did was I literally like allowed myself to dive deep into books. And I know that may sound crazy, but I'm going to share with you guys the 2 books that have been really changing my life through this depression. I don't even like to say that I'm depressed. I don't even like to say I've had depression. I don't know why that is. I feel like it's such a heavy thing that people use this word so lightly, and that's something I never want to do, to be honest with you. But it wasn't until I had to come to the face of my reality that I am depressed, right? It wasn't until I had the conversation with other people and I was like, you know what, is this what this is? You know, even being inspired to hang out with friends. I don't even want to talk to people. You know, it was just, I got into this space of solitude transforming into like isolation, which is not healthy. I am also a Gemini, and that is my shadow. Like, you know, any other Geminis out there, any Gemini placements, can you agree with me that it could be very easy for us to go into isolation because we're so good with our own energy, and we're able to adapt very easily? Like, I was able to adapt to not going out. I was able to adapt to not talking to people, seeing friends for quite some time. So it was just a lot of unpacking through childhood traumas too, as well. You know, things that happened in the last 10 years, death, you know, just so many things. Even this year, a lot of things were coming up through other people in my life, and it was just bringing up even more emotions within me. So going through it, right, I have been reading The Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer. This book is life-changing, okay? Life-changing. There are some things that I do want to share with you guys from this book. This is chapter 11. If anyone has this book or wants to reference with me. But the biggest thing here it states is, one of the essential requirements for true spiritual growth and deep personal transformation is coming to peace with pain. You must be able to sit quietly inside and face them if you want to see where they come from, which is the hurt, the pain, the sadness, right? Like, you have to be able to sit still. And that's one thing that I really allowed myself to do. And I'm just going to read this whole paragraph, okay? So, you know, for those of you who are really committed to this video and staying here throughout this time, I really appreciate you so much. And I do trust and hope that this excerpt helps you as well. It states, to live at this level of freedom, you must learn to not be afraid of inner pain and disturbance. As long as you are afraid of the pain, you will try to protect yourself from it. The fear will make you do that. If you want to be free, simply view inner pain as a temporary shift in your energy flow. There is no reason to fear this experience. You must not be afraid of rejection or of how you would feel if you got sick or if someone died or if something else went wrong. You cannot spend your life avoiding things that are not actually happening or everything that will become negative. All you will end up seeing is how much you can potentially go wrong. Do you have any idea how many things can cause inner pain and disturbance? Probably more than there are stars in the sky. If you want to grow and be free to explore life, you cannot spend your life avoiding the things that may hurt your heart or mind. You must look inside yourself and determine that from now on, pain is not a problem. It's a temporary experience. So that was pivotal for me. understanding that this is all temporary. As I always share with you guys, like, all of our emotions are temporary. Therefore, you must live them. You must appreciate them when they are shown to you. And I know that's weird for me to even say, but to be at peace with pain, it's like, wow. I've also been reading The Subtle Art of Not Giving a by Mark Manson, and I love this book. I recently just got it, so I'm not that deep into it, but I do want to share with you guys one thing that I found to be really helpful. I'm now going to read to you guys an excerpt from page 38 of The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F by Mark Manson. What determines your success isn't what do you want to enjoy. The relevant question is, what pain do you want to sustain? You have to choose something. You can't have a pain-free life. It can't all be roses and unicorns all the time. Pleasure is the easy question, and pretty much all of us have a similar answer. The more interesting question is the pain. What is the pain that you want to sustain? That's a hard question that matters, the question that will actually get you somewhere. It's the question that can change your perspective, a life. It's what makes me, and you, you. It's what defines us and separates us and ultimately brings us together. And that book really has been helping me understand, like, problems will always exist, they just get better, right? So perfect example, the person that you marry is ultimately the person that you will be in arguments with, right? The house that you buy will ultimately be the house that you repair, right? The job that you are so excited to receive will be the job that stresses you out. You know, it's kind of like, I feel as though in my life right now, I am learning to choose my battles, right? And to choose what pain do I want to sustain? What am I willing to deal with in order to still find my life to be happy and successful? You know, this book is also reminding me that happiness is an activity. You know, it's not something that falls out of the sky into your lap. You know, it's something that you kind of have to choose, and it's something you have to work at. Also, I'm seeing through this book that happiness comes from solving problems. I just wanted to share with you guys those two books because that has really been a great addition for me in my life, is just reading self-help books, and they were both recommended to me from great people in my life. So I really want you guys, if you already have the book The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, that's really good, but I really want you guys to purchase The Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer. Please buy this book. I'm honestly even considering doing a book club for this book just one time. I used to do a book club like 2 years ago, but yeah, so I just think that's very impactful, becoming in peace with pain. So that's what I'm basically learning right now. So you may be asking me, you know, how is it that I'm working with my depression? It's an everyday process, honestly, but you know, my partner is a big help for that. You know, in the mornings when we wake up, it's like, you know, what are the things we could be grateful for? And I'm like grateful for that because it reminds me also that who I am. You know, I'm someone who's always preaching gratitude, so therefore I need to do it, you know? So I'm really grateful for him. Another thing that has been helpful is going for morning walks. I love it. It's been really great to connect with the sun. We have warmer weather coming, so I really feel as though my mood will be much happier when the weather is much better. And doing yoga more. You know, I haven't been as consistent as I used to be. You know, I really was a yogi doing an hour a day, but now I'm back to half an hour, but I want to get back to an hour a day. So I'm really excited for that. And also just making more time for me to read has been really helpful for my mood. And I've been telling myself every week now I'm going to make my way out of the house to meet with a friend and to just talk and just bask in the universe together. That's my way of really trying to come out of it. You know, it's daily, it's actively daily doing things that make me feel good. Even just acknowledging my accomplishments. Like, I got out of bed today, I brushed my teeth, I went for a walk, I took a train today, I spoke to a friend today, or I did something nice for my partner. You know, being someone of service makes me feel really good. So, you know, I ultimately want to get back to posting on YouTube more frequently, at least 2 to 3 times a week as I used to, because I really just, you guys are my happy place. This is my happy place. This whole channel is my happy place. And I just want to say all of my gratitude for each of you, honestly, like really being patient. I know I've made, you know, at least 2 to 3 videos about my energy and why I've taken time off, but you know, I'm human too, and I'm not perfect. And just when I think something's over, it may not be, just like where I am right now in my life. So every day I am working through this. I'm really grateful for that. I'm deepening my gratitude practice even more, especially when I'm in this phase of my life. And honestly, like, I'm just gonna have to flow with the energy that I'm given. And I think that, you know, for some time, burnout and stress was in my life. When you have to unpack things and bring things up, it's like, oh my God, it's a lot. And I think the best thing I'm grateful for are my friends, my support team. I also want to just say thank you guys so much for being patient with me, and thank you for just listening to me today. I am going to actually be filming some more stuff for you guys today, so be on the lookout for that. But I just want to say I love you so very much. If you are someone who is dealing with depression, please feel free to reach out to me via Instagram DM. I always look forward to you guys reaching out to me, even my email. It's in the description box below as well. But I'm here for you, just as you are here for me. So I love you so very much. Have a blessed day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.